Here we are at Fort Barrancas in Pensacola, Florida. The Spanish colonized the Pensacola Bay area in the late 1600s. The French took over and occupied the site in 1719, with the British acquiring Pensacola in 1763. The Spanish recaptured Pensacola and they built two new fortifications that included the white-colored water battery known as the Batteria de San Antonio and the main Fort Barrancas known as San Carlos de Barrancas. These were built in 1781. General Andrew Jackson seized the fort in 1814, and the U.S. Navy built the Warrington Navy Yard in Pensacola Bay. The Spanish fort was rebuilt with improvements and is the fort that now stands today. This map shows where Fort Barrancas is and where Warrington Navy Yard is, so that you can kind of get an idea for the locations. During the Civil War, Confederate General Braxton Bragg commanded Fort Barrancas, and he did so with an iron fist. Troops were strictly disciplined with a rigid schedule. No alcohol was allowed, and drills would leave most troops overheated. Sicknesses like consumption and malaria ran rampant. The Confederates left in May of 1862, and the fort became part of the U.S. Coast Defense System until 1947. It became part of Gulf Islands National Seashore in 1971 and was restored in 1980. Ooh. Well, it almost looks like a cell, but I think it's just their supplies. Very cool looking. This was built by the Spanish when they took over the Pensacola Bay area from the British back in the late 1700s. Denise is wandering around here somewhere. Tiana, let's see if we can find them. It's another storage area. Oh, there she is. Ooh. Look at these old stairs. Holy crap. Better be careful.
Okay, what's with your step in? There's other people coming.
Okay.
How long do we have to be out now? We have to be out in a half an hour or we get locked in.
Ooh, I don't want to get locked in here by myself. This place has got to be haunted. This is one of the few places run by the National Park Service that doesn't shy away from talk of hauntings. Their official pamphlet even claims that the Counterscarp Gallery, and that's the long tunnel, goes both to the left and the right, and you'll see us walking along this in the video, has had visitors claim to have seen a ghost image of a Confederate soldier in this gallery. Is there anybody hanging around here?
Diane? No tempting the spirits.
Ooh, so they can shoot out of these little holes here.
There's little holes over on that side too. I don't think they would shut at each other.
No.
Oh, people coming in, maybe trying to come in the middle, and they just got in the crossfire.
Henry Sanford Gansvoort wrote a letter to his sister in 1867 in which he described seeing a ghost while stationed at Fort Barrancas. A Marine named Captain Hale had died of yellow fever. One night, sentinels were making their rounds when they saw the spirit of Captain Hale on the outer wall of the fort at midnight. They charged the phantom, and it disappeared.
Ooh, that looks like they were a cannon, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I bet that was a cannon.
People could have come in there. That's what they would do. They'd come in the opening. I bet you they got shot at.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. They were like in, I'm guessing. But that looks like...
Through the years, people have claimed to see the apparitions of male figures. A woman captured a picture of a male figure standing at the bottom of some stairs. Another spirit was seen aiming a rifle through a hole in the wall. It's pretty dark and creepy in there. Hello? 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 Looks like another cannon area.
Oh, look, it's got the bars. This might have been, was this a jail?
Oh my God. We don't have any light, so you can't see it on the video, but there's like
Wait,
a jail right here.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
PJ wrote on a website, on the upper level, the kids felt uneasy and just wanted to go to the beach. We decided to go to the next level without the kids. They would only whine and complain about the heat and the walking. As we started down the stairs and back up some more stairs, I started getting an uneasy feeling. Something told me to not go to the right. As we walked, I decided to take pictures. I kept turning around behind me where we had walked, and I kept seeing something moving. Not really thinking about it, I kept walking. Soon we came to the jail cells. Still taking pictures, we were quiet, and no one else was around. All of a sudden, I heard moaning just ahead of me and something whispering to the left of me. Not being able to see where it came from, I ran like I was in the Olympic race. As we were sprinting out, I never looked behind me and my feet never even touched the stairs. It was almost like something was pushing me up and out the stairs. When we got out, my husband said he had seen the cell door move, had turned to tell me about it, and saw I was sprinting down the hall. We realized these events all happened at the same time. It was his mother that told us about the ghostly stories. Now we can add ours.
Oh my gosh,
I can see. Step in so that I can see it closer. Oh yeah, we have found the cells.
Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Oh look, and it just has that little hole up there.
Did anybody get locked up in here?
Diane! Stop.
Wow, look at the keyhole. That's weird. Huh. Wow.
Okay.
Denise is like, let's get out of here.
Oh my goodness. Like,
Wow, these halls just go on and on. See, we're going to get lost in here and get locked in.
no.
Lots of places for cannons. Wonder if we have to walk back to those other stairs.
I don't know, that's where those people were. Is that the only way you get in or out?
Maybe.
Okay, let me check the time. Okay, oh,
Look at the floor. It's really old brick.
it's only 3:52, so we're okay.
On the ghostaugustine.com website, this was written by Jamie Roush. I was looking to my right down the hall when all of a sudden I felt something behind me. So I turned around to see what was there, and at the end of the hall was a Confederate soldier looking at me from around the corner at the end of the hall. I looked right into his eyes. He tipped his head at me, and he started back around the corner, and then he vanished. I wanted to make sure I saw what I thought I saw, so I headed down the hallway and around the corner, and there was no one there. I had seen an apparition of a Confederate soldier. I started talking to him and telling him about my fourth grade uncles who were in the war and talked about things from that period. I only saw him that one time, but I felt him as I walked throughout the fort. And then in this photo, it appears that a woman captured some kind of shadow behind her mother. She said no one else was in that hallway and they didn't see it until they got the pictures later on. It is very, very weird. So is Fort Barrancas haunted? As we like to say, that is for you to decide.